Aloha, Richard Halverson here. This is ITS 128. And today I'd like to go through some of the Chapter 9 quizzes and see if I can get you started on those. Let's see. So let me share my screen over here. I'm going to share this one. And okay, so I'm in table of contents. And we are in Chapter 9. So let's click open Chapter 9. And let's see, we've got quizzes I actually copied this um, out of the actual assignments section. We've got looks like a 6-question quiz in 9.2.1, 9.2.2, and 9.2.3. Okay, so let's go to those sections. And this is it's it's a good idea to go through all of these pages, and you don't have to actually do them. You should try to think and do them, but you can always just look at the answers and see what the answers are, and you model your answers to the quiz questions and to the projects. Like, for example, when you're asked to create a class, you can model it after this, and you can like copy this and start with this, and that way you get all these things right: the self and assignment of the default assignment and so on. And these are good concept. This is a good way to make sure you really understand the concepts of classes and what we're learning here. So anyway, so let's start with the first quiz question here. And write a definition of a class counter. Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to here, and I'm gonna just to get something started here. I'm gonna copy this. Copy, and let me open up editor. Let me paste this in here, and this is going to be, I don't know, circle, I guess. Save as a counter, counter py, and I'm going to save it on my desktop. And this, of course, isn't anything like what counter is going to be, but let's just get started here. Now let's go to the quiz. And the first question is, write the definition of a class counter. The name of the class is counter. And counter, and I don't think I'm going to need the math class. Construct a counter, whatever. And instance variable counter of type int initialized at 0. The variable is called counter, so let's have a variable called counter initialized at 0. And it doesn't ask for a constructor, but I'm gonna there's no harm in putting one in here. So I'm gonna say that this self variable called counter is equal to counter when it's passed in, and this is an internal variable here, method called increment. So we have a method called increment that adds 1 to counter. So we don't need to return anything, but we do need to say self counter gets added, 1 gets added to it. It does not accept parameters or return a value, so this is not okay. A method called getValue that doesn't accept any parameters, but it returns the value of counters. So basically, we're just returning counter, and we don't need any of the rest of this. All right, that looks pretty good. Just gonna see if it is. Let's see. So one thing you really got to pay attention to is if you're using a separate text editor like I am, you got to make sure that if you're using spaces for indentation, that you are consistent. If you throw in a tab, like here, I'll do this, tab, tab, and I'll try this out, and it's not going to work. This is not going to work. I don't think. It might work. See this? So these are tabs, and these are spaces. And these are spaces. Okay, let's try this out. Who knows, it might work. And I got an app code, an compilation error. There's a compiler error. Well, I don't know what it was, but I'm going to instead, I'm going to re-tab all these. So now, they truly are tabs. So now I click submit, and oh look, I got it correct. Well, that's nice. So the lesson there is make sure that you're consistent. And also, if you don't get it right, that might be the first thing you want to check. All right, let's look at the next question. Write a class. It's got a counter of type int. Constructor that takes one int and assigns the higher. You know, that's what that is. A method named increment that adds one to the counter. That's this. Got that there already. A method named decrement that subtracts one. Well, let's, by the way, I'm going to have to fix these tabs. Decrement minus method named getValue, which returns the value of the instance variable counter. All right, so we need to fix all these tabs. So I'm going to back into no tabs. This is one, this is one, this is two. 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 And I have an instance variable named counter. Constructor takes int argument, assigns its value to the, okay, takes this as an, okay, method name increment which adds one. Okay, this should work. Paste. Very good. All right, what's next? Write the definition of a class counter containing that limit. Okay. Constructor takes two, one's counter. Okay, so it takes two. It doesn't say it to have a default, but I'm just going to put one in there. Add another one of these. Increment. If it's less than limit, if it's greater than 0, okay, get value returns it. Okay, so we've got counter value is limited is between 0 and limit. You know what I mean. I'm going to do this. All All right, so we have a limit here. If counter if self limit if self dot counter is less than self dot limit, then do that. Otherwise, don't do anything. Otherwise, don't do anything. And if self counter is greater than 0, do that. Otherwise, don't do anything. All right, and then do that. Okay. I'm pretty sure this will work. So you can try that out. What's the next one? Write the definition of a class called player. Okay, in this one, an instance variable named called name is a string, initialized empty string. Let's see. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to create a new one here. Save as. I'm going to call this one player. Player. And this is going to be called player. Construct a player object. Construct whatever. Okay. Name equals empty string. Score is initialized to 0. Okay. It's going to be name. All right. Method called setName, which for setting the name. So I'm just going to call this set name, and we get to take in another thing called name, maybe. And basically I just say self name equals name. And self name set score does the same thing for score. And get name has got no parameters. Get name and score, get score. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna see what the next question is. I'm gonna not give you all the answers here, but I wanna do some of this. Oh, contest results. Winner is empty string. Second, gee, I didn't do this one, did I? Okay. Third place, method called winner. So set winner, set second, set third, get winner. get second, get third. This is easy. All you do is you set, you've got 3 variables and they're all strings. 1, 2, 3. So like 1, 2, and then 3. And then you have you can set each of them. Here you set 2 of them, and this one you're setting 3 of them, and you can get them. You can get them. And the thing is, this has three of them, 3 variables instead of 2. This one's 2. This one's 3. Let's see what the last question is here of this in this little quiz. Write the definition of a class forecast, weather forecast with a knit, skies, high, low. Set skies, set high, set low, get skies, get high, get low. All right, well, it's the same as this one, except for in none of these before have you actually had to create this constructor. This time you asked to create the constructor. So if this were the weather forecast, let me save this. Let me do save as weather, PY. And I'm going to call this weather forecast. Get a weather forecast object. Skies, high, and low. Low. I'll make it a little bigger here, I guess. What's behind it? Oh, that. Okay. Skies, high and low. Skies, high and low. Zeros are empty string. And then there's a set skies and a set high and a set low and a get, and a get. Set high, set skies, set skies, get skies, set high, get high. I should put this there also. This here, this here. Here, let me do skies again. Skies, 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 high, skies, skies, high, 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 skies, skies, high, 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 and low, low. This and okay, and I need to make the low here low. Get low. All right, so we have set skies accepts 1 argument, and it's set skies, got 1 argument. Okay, set high accepts 1 argument and sets it equal to that. Set low, 1 argument. Get skies, returns skies. Get high, returns high. Get low. Okay. Let's see if this works. Copy. Paste, submit, and there we go. Alrighty, so So that should get you started with this first quiz for 9.2.1 defining classes, and we'll keep going. Thanks for watching.